Herzlich willkommen zum Veritas Webinar. Heute geht es um Cambridge Global English.
So hello everybody, I tried to send you already a message via chat. I'm very happy to be on board with you on this great trip of Cambridge Global English 2. I don't know how many of you have already used Cambridge Global English 1. There are a lot of new things coming up and I'd like to introduce them today, not only for volume 2, but also for volume 1. So first of all, this is what you expect. A short introduction and then a couple of things before we start, which could be quite interesting for you to get to know these facts. Then we talk a bit about content, but very shortly, because I'd like to give you a lot of interactive and live shows of everything we have done so far. And there's a little peek into the learner's book, activity book, and of course later on then I'll give you a short summary and a lookout. So those of you who have never met me, my name is Elizabeth Dokulik-Jonak. I'm a teacher educator at the University of Teacher Education and the University of Vienna. At the moment, I'm concentrating on my research projects on especially language diagnostics of 3 to 5 year olds, but later on also 6 to 10 year olds. I'm a native speaker. I love Scotland. That's where half my family comes from. And I really like to sit down with a good book. And I am a fan of teamwork. So if you have any further questions, my email address will be attached at the end of this presentation. So before we start, Cambridge Global English, and I think those of you have already used it, you have already experienced that it is based on the 21st century skills. For example, these are critical thinking, creative thinking, communication, and collaboration. What we like to do with the 4 C's is to prepare children for the future world, which is much more hectic, much more competitive than ever before. And to really be successful, this is a good start, especially on a more global side. So we talk about multilingualism. Multilingualism is a big topic in everyday school classroom. We talk about social competences, and of course, what's happening at the moment is that we can see that children have language problems due to language problems. We also see sometimes a delay of cognition, and children need to be really supported with problem-solving skills. So that was just a very short introduction. We have introduced already that there is a new digital site coming. I'm going to show you all that. This one, the Digby Cambridge Global English, is free of charge. You can use that. You will find tutorials, activities, interactive videos with questions. I'm going to guide you through one video where you can watch the video, answer questions later, watch the video, but also have little stops in between and answer questions either from a vocabulary point of view, a grammatical point of view. Also, we have numerous vocabulary games, but also interactive quizzes. And of course, a whole lot of teacher material for an interactive classroom. So those of you who are blessed, I really have to say, those of you who are blessed with a whiteboard, you will love it, because we also provide you with material that you can just take, pop it up and use in the classroom, and it's all hands-on, it's ready-made, and it's brilliant. Just in case you're interested in that, dig in. I'm going to send you the link or present it as well, but I can send it to you later on as well. Generally, I have to admit that the presentation of the learner's book, due to the difficulties with the presentation at the moment, is going to be a bit short, but doesn't matter. So what have I done? First of all, Cambridge Global English 2 starts with a unit 0 that literally is a summary of year 1. And I still believe, and I've been a teacher for 15 years, I still believe that children need time to get it going again in September. Although they had 9 weeks off, they forget more than 9 weeks, you know, in between. They forget about 3 months, 4 months. And I'm grateful that I have the chance to write a unit that really summarizes. It makes it so much easier. Children feel more comfortable to start the day with a revision of last year. It helps them on the vocabulary side. It helps them also on the side of grammar. We still work on words and expressions. We use English from a grammatical point of view. Of course, we have all the different skills, reading, writing, listening, and speaking. That's nothing. But what I'd like to point out to you is that we focus especially also on the 4 C's, on the 21st century skills. So now you can see, unfortunately, only 2 pages of the summary. So one of the topics is called My Style, and the other one is called School is Cool. It's a summary. For example, here we present past tense, present tense, simple, just a little revision to give them something on the go. It means to focus, yes, but also to get them back into the language mode. Some of them are easier to catch. Some of them need a bit more time. What's new? In every unit, you'll find a part that is really focusing on values. I believe at the age of 12, children need to learn more about values, also how to treat each other. I'm not talking about a code of conduct, because that is too business entrepreneurship-like. I don't want to call it a code of conduct, but it does them a whole world good. It does them really good to learn more about values, how to treat each other, how to respect, how to be polite, how to be respectful towards my peers, but also being respectful towards people I've never met before, when I go shopping, for example. So all these topics around value, which we integrated in the book, that is something new, and I would say also something very necessary, and we focus on social skills on that part. What else? Well, first of all, we integrated more stories from around the world. We still believe in this global thinking. On the one hand, thinking globally, learning globally, but then acting and also mirroring locally. I would say that is a good example when you learn this global view and you use it locally in your surrounding, in your school area, in your vicinity, in your neighborhood. I believe this is the way how we should do it. We included different accents, so not only British, but also Scottish, also Canadian, American, Southern American, Australian, so all different kind of accents. So children get into more and more into this global mood, and this is part of it, which we focused on very, very much. We limited the amount of songs, but there's still songs in it, and of course rhymes, poems, which sometimes are cross-curricular, sometimes more on the literary side. Okay, Let's carry on. This is just a little overview of the content. You know that learner's book and activity book work together. It's a bit of a mirror system, and we have 10 units. So the first one, as I said, is a summary of year 1. This is called Measure Treasure. Then we deal with working together, great topic, stories from China, festivities, and then on to family and memories. So all kind of memories children could have, happy memories, funny memories, but also sad memories. And then we do a bit more on the cross-curricular side when we talk about the desert. And then later on, I like Unit 4. It's about optical illusions, a great topic for children to try out, to prepare hands-on material on optical illusions. Inventions, also typical for this age group, interesting. So we did there a lot of digging of what could be interesting for children of that age group. We did a bit of dinosaurs. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but we tried to compare the development of dinosaurs with technical equipment of the 20th century. I hope you like that. That was a bit of a challenge, but I think it was worth it. We also do more on puzzles and codes. Later on, again, coming back to our amazing body and digging a bit deeper into the topic body. And last but not least, it's about big and little. We also include, I would say, innovative methods from any kind of robots to artificial intelligence. So quite a big range of various topics, interesting for 12-year-olds. So this is just a little view on the Unit 0. You can see that we still have included our quizzes, and we have a new illustrator. He has been a very famous and talented, or he still is famous and talented illustrator, especially for comics. So he literally can make us feel how emotions fit into a very little square, and children can really see how every detail is captured in these little squares, for example, with the quizzes. Yeah, all in all, and then it's just a little summary, because I would say we really need to dig into the digital part, because that is brand new, and I'm sure you're much more interested in these 3 huge digital dimensions we have created. Nevertheless, Cambridge Global English prepares the young learners to become critical thinkers, to solve problems. We also try to support children, every single child, with all kinds of abilities. So if children need extra support, they will get it. So that's why we concentrated on the digital platform to provide this vast amount of practice material. And that is not only just gap filling, but fun activities. And our highlight definitely is the new test builder. It goes without saying that this one is a highlight, because without a lot of introduction, it's hands-on, you click and you get your test ready-made. And the fantastic thing is you can individualize, and that's brilliant. I love that. Last but not least, Cambridge Global English helps young learners to develop their skills, also on their own accord. So it depends on where they are, what kind of individual support they need, and Cambridge can provide that. Every single child, no child is left behind. We all take care of the children, no matter what kind of abilities and level they're on. So let's carry on. So we have a goodie for you. And I believe when we come back to this goodie offer, I think you'd love it, because you order ebooks for your class, and now, and only now, you will get the test builder for free. So I'm going to show you the test builder in a minute, but this is a great, great offer by Lemberg, and I think you will love it. If you have any further questions, I'll write my email address into the chat in a minute again after I've presented the 3 different platforms. But you can always reach me under these email addresses. And if you have any further questions, if you have any kind of feedback, complaints, but also praise, please write me an email. I'm happy to support and help. So what I'd like to do now is I'd like to share the screen now, and hopefully it works now. So keep the fingers crossed. First of all, ebook plus. It does work, so you should see the ebook plus. I don't know if you've used it before. This is volume 1. Volume 2 is still at the Ministry for getting a feedback, but so far it looks good. As you can see, we have included all sorts of different exercises. I mean, I could click on this one, for example. Let's have a look. So it is a listening exercise. So let's try it out. Hopefully you can hear it.
Man hört das nicht, Elisabeth.
You can't hear that. Okay. So I'm very sorry that you can't hear that, but what can be heard are these words: egg, umbrella, octopus, insect, and apple being pronounced. And you have to match, because the first letter or sound of these picture matches with one of the sounds and letters of these words. For example, under and umbrella. So this is a listening matching exercise. This is something you definitely know from other books, so nothing totally new. But as you can see, we have a lot of icons on the sides, exercises where you match, but also where you have to listen, where you have to write. You get, of course, a complete summary of all the homework. You see who did what and when, and can mark it. You get a whole report on your class's extra work or extra homework. I would like to change now to the platform. So I tried to go back to that. When you go to Digby.net, you will click on secondary schools, go to English, Cambridge, Global, class 1 or 2, doesn't matter. I start with 1. You click on one of these units. Let's take this one, I don't know, maybe number 6 or 5, it doesn't matter. And I can have a look at the total course. There are a couple of explanations and tutorials. I have got 3 kind of groups of activities with different topics. So it's not only, I can see exactly how many topics I've got. I also have interactive videos. Unfortunately, you can't hear the sound, but please try it out at home. An interactive video is a short video, could be a real life video, could be any kind of animated video, and you can decide whether you want to have the questions in between. So the video stops, and then you're going to get a question. You have to answer the question, and then the video continues. Or you get the questions at the end, or you just watch it. You don't get any questions. So there are different possibilities to use the interactive videos. There are different games with vocabulary. Of course, it is based on the vocabulary of the unit. For example, word and phrases, sentences, booklet, and then by the end we have interactive quizzes. The quizzes are mostly Kahoot quizzes. I'm sure you know these kind of quizzes. Children love them, and I'm sure for you it's something that you are acquainted with, and you know exactly how to do that. So as soon as you have questions, would you please write them into the chat, okay? Lucas will collect them, and I believe this is going to be very easy for us to collect them and then get answers. So I'd like to show you, last but not least, because I need most time for that, for the test builder. So what's happening here is I have already done 2 tests, and I would like to show you how easy it is to start a new test. So, for example, I've already done a test. I can either have a look at it, but I can also delete it or change it, alter it. But we would like to do a new test, so it goes without saying. I click on New Test. Here I can add the units. So I don't know, no idea, what shall we do? Unit, let's do Unit 5 and 6, and then carry on. Here I get the whole list of Unit 5 listening comprehensions, Unit 5 reading, Unit 5 vocabulary writing, Unit 6 listening, reading, and grammar vocabulary writing. I can, if I want, just get the easy questions. I can also change to the intermediate or more advanced questions. I can also choose just listening or reading or vocabulary. So it's not only for an English test. I could also do my own vocabulary test if I want, or grammar test just for in between. So let's, I don't know, let's choose, I just want to have intermediate, okay? Now, what I'll do is I would like to have a listening comprehension on shapes. If I want to know more about it, I can click on it. Now the question opens with all the correct answers in red, as you can see here, okay? When I can click on the symbol and I can listen to it. As I know it doesn't work, so I don't click on it at the moment. It does work, but it doesn't work in this setting. So I'll leave it as it is, but you can try that out. listen to it. If you don't like it, you just remove that, click on something else, and that's it. So, but I still want to have that one. Don't want to have this one. I choose my reading exercise. Again, if I want to know what the reading exercise is about, I click on the topic, I'll get the reading, the text, I'll get the question, and I get the solutions. Yeah, I like that. Measure it. Yeah, I like that. No, I'd rather take the Party in the Jungle. Then I'll go with the vocabulary. Again, I can click on it. Okay. Gap filling, very easy. Do that. And maybe do another. No, I don't just want to do more grammar, maybe. And I'll do the grammar, present tense simple, and question words, present simple, past simple, yes. And I would say that's enough. So what do I do next? It's very easy. I click on carry on. So this is actually my test. I give it a name. Let's say third test. And the next thing I have to do, I can still change it. I can change it completely, which is no problem whatsoever. And then I just save it. As soon as I save it, I can have a look at it. This is a preview. When I click on the preview, I can see my test. Don't be irritated, first of all, by the red answers. There is a reason why we still have got the answers in it. I can include a title page, as you can see here. If you don't want it, just don't do it. You won't get it. If you click on it, you get your title page. As you can see, the title of the test is the name of your test. So if you just say third test, if you want to give it third test 2A, 2A, then that's it. Okay. You get your points. So this goes all automatically. You don't have to think about it. Depending on what skill you have chosen, the correct points will be on the first page. You can see it automatically. I think that's quite nice. After that, you go through your test. And the great thing about it is, at the moment, as you can see, you cannot change it. But you would love to change it. So what do? You go to export. Now, you can export it with the solutions. We'll do that. And you can export it without, and that's just a test. And you can also export it as a whole package, and you will get all the audio files coming with it. That's what you want. You want the audio files as well. Now, I don't know, probably I have to change again. Otherwise, you can't see it, but I will do that. I'm very sorry. It's a bit complicated, but we're getting there. So let's see if you can see that, but I don't think so. No, doesn't work. Okay. That's a bit of a bummer, but it doesn't matter. I go back to that. So what you normally would see is a Word document. And in this Word document, I can still add or change. I get my Word document without these red solutions. But if I've clicked on solutions, of course, I get the same Word document with the solutions. All right. But if I click on the whole test and a download exported, I'll get the whole test with without the solutions as a Word document. And here I can change. I can add, I can adapt. With the next version of our test builder, you can even change that within the platform and also save it in the platform. Now you have to export it, change it, and then of course save it. In the future, you can change it in the platform, also add information and copy it and then change that. And we will also build an archive, so everything you do will be saved. By the end, it is an easy way of creating your tests, and we provide, and I will provide more exercises within the next months and of course years. So there is more coming, but at the moment there's quite a lot of content in there already. So let's go back, because you should have enough time to ask questions, of course. So let's go back. Let's do this. Okay, if you have any further questions, according to Cambridge Global English, the digital part, also the content, please write me an email. It sometimes happens that a couple of days later you come up and say, oh, I'd like to do this. I'd like to know that. What about this? Please write me an email. At the end, thank you very much for your attention. But if you want to have a report for your attendance, please write me an email and it will be sent to you. So I'm going back. This is my email address. So these are my email addresses. So it would be great if you could write me an email if you need a report of your attendance. Then I'm very happy to send this to you. Now, there's still enough time for questions, but I just quickly want to give you a summary. The new Cambridge Global English 2 will come out hopefully soon, and we'll have a normal solo. We've got the ebook, which you know, ebook plus. And when you order ebook plus, I would say you do yourself a favor. You get the test builder for free. Otherwise, you'll have to pay it. Other than that, for every Global English user, we are very happy to provide you with the Digby platform, with all the interactive videos, quizzes, tutorials, but also vocabulary quizzes, grammar quizzes that you can use either in class or children can practice at home. So thank you very much for listening. I'm now open for questions, and I can see there is there somebody? Let me see. Lukas, has anybody?
Momentan haben wir keine Fragen.
Okay. So other than that, thank you very much for listening. If you need any more information, please do not hesitate contacting me, and I wish you a nice afternoon.
Sie können bei allgemeinen Fragen natürlich auch gerne die Veritas Kundenberatung kontaktieren. Auf dieser Folie sehen Sie die Telefonnummer sowie die Mailadresse vom Veritas Verlag, also von der Kundenberatung. Gut, ja, falls es keine weiteren Fragen, also falls es keine Fragen gibt, dann danke ich recht herzlich für Ihre Teilnahme und gebe das Abschlusswort an Elisabeth wieder.
Lucas, thank you very much for doing all this preliminary work. So thank you so much, which is very necessary. If, as I said, please do not hesitate contacting us either at Veritas or me directly. I'm very glad to help you and answer your questions. Finally, I really want to state that the children of 2023, 2024 need support more than ever, and I'm sure that Cambridge Global English can meet that. Thank you very much. Please try out all this huge, vast amount of digital tools, and I would love to hear from you with the feedback. Bye.